Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nikia Speaks. This week I wanted to talk about my feelings with Breonna Taylor. But I do want to start by saying that Black voices are not monolithic, meaning what you hear from me is not what every Black person would say. These are just my feelings. For those of you who may not know about the case of Breonna Taylor, I pulled up the information so I can let you know. It says, Breonna Taylor, a 26-year-old emergency room technician, was inside her South End apartment when she was fatally shot by 3 plainclothes officers attempting to serve a no-knock warrant at 12:40 in the morning, March 13th, as a part of a narcotics investigation. Court records show that Louisville police obtained a warrant with a no-knock provision for Taylor's apartment, approved by Jefferson Circuit Judge Mary Shaw, though police and prosecutors have said the officers knocked and announced themselves before breaking down the door. Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, has said he heard pounding at the door, but he did not hear anyone announce they were police. He fired 1 shot at 12:43 a.m., according to his arrest citation, thinking intruders were breaking in. According to officials, Walker's bullet struck Sergeant, I won't say his name, in the leg, requiring surgery. The other 2 officers returned fire, shooting more than 20 rounds. Breonna Taylor was struck multiple times and died. As far as charges go, it says that the officer alone was charged with 3 counts of first-degree wanton endangerment for shots that went into a neighbor's apartment where 3 people were home. So he was not charged with Breonna Taylor's murder. He was charged because he shot into the wall that subsequently could have hurt the other 3 neighbors next door. When I heard the indictment come down, I wasn't necessarily surprised because it happens to us over and over and over again. But it's still traumatizing, it's still heartbreaking, and it's still very sad because it's not supposed to be this way. I asked my mom the other day, I was like, Mom, what year did Sam Cooke sing Change Is Gonna Come? And I can't remember exactly what she said, so I'm going to do a brief Google search really quick. That song was 1963. And here we are in 2020, still as a people hoping that change will come. I wore this shirt out today, and it was a little nerve-wracking because we went up to the outlets in Dawsonville. We're hanging around Cumming a little bit, and I wasn't really sure what people would say if they would say anything. And there were a few looks here and there, but people I interacted with at the stores and things like that were very kind still. Sometimes when you hear people say Black Lives Matter, people will reply like, that's a terroristic group. But I want you to hear, when Black Lives Matter, I want you to see a face of someone that you know. You could picture my face, the face of my daughters, the face of my husband, anyone that you know. It's not about whether it's a terroristic group or not, which it's not, by the way. It's about the fact of putting our faces and the color of our skin in situations that you face. We're not saying that no one else's life is important or no one else's life matters. I know you've probably heard the scenario a million times, so here it is for the 1,000,001th time. If you were living in a neighborhood and your house was on fire and you called 911, you wouldn't want the fire, the police chief, and the firefighters coming saying, hey, we're going to check all houses because all houses matter. You want them to come to your house because your house is the one that's burning. You're the one experiencing the emergency, and you want them to rectify the situation by putting the fire out. When we say Black Lives Matter, we're just saying that we want the same justice, the same equal rights. We want to be able to live without the fear of things that could happen to us merely based on the color of our skin. And then when people say they don't see color, that's a lie. Not only is it a lie, it's a little offensive because we want you to see us. We just don't want to be treated differently because of it. We want it to be embraced. We want it to be appreciated and loved for what it is. And I know that I've talked to a couple friends over the last couple weeks, we've talked about the word white privilege. And I know that that has a really bad connotation attached to it. White privilege is not saying that white people have not had life hard, that you didn't grow up with any struggles, that you didn't grow up experiencing any hurt or pain. It simply means that the things you went through were not affected by the color of your skin. That's what that means. So as I just continue to go through this week and process yet another hashtag that we have now, Breonna Taylor, among others, I just wanted to take a moment to say that when you make it personal, when you look around and you have friends that don't look like you, and you engage with people that don't look like you, and you embrace people that don't look like you, it helps you to put a face to situations. And if you want to take and put my black face to situations, that's fine. And when we say Black Lives Matter, again, not saying no one else's lives matter. It's simply saying we want equal justice, equal treatment. We want to know that our lives matter. We want to know that if something happens to us, the officer's not getting charged for bullets that hit the wall, but for bullets that hit the body. We want to know that an officer's not getting fired for misconduct, but he's getting arrested for murder, because we matter. If you have any questions or anything else you want to ask or say, you can leave it in the comments. Until next time.